Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, the great millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the 144,000 and the rest of the hopeful elect. What you see on screen, you see the title. I just want to speak on this a little bit. I might have mentioned this in past videos, and I may have tried to put the video in the description bar, but I wasn't allowed to. I don't know, maybe I was on strike at that time, but I'll try to do it again. If not, you just go to bitshoot.com as you see at the bottom, and you type this in and it'll pop up. But this is with all things, right, in this world, you can spit out the bones and you chew the meat. The bones representing the untruths, all right? Because the only thing that's 100% true is the scriptures, is this truth that we teach, from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai through the Spirit, grabbing secular knowledge to further elaborate upon scriptural points. That's the only 100% truth. And then you got little things like this which will have a lot of truth and some falsehoods. But this thing got a lot of truth in it. And what I like about it is it actually details, okay, what countries they were ousted from, the reason, all right, and it's detailed. Oh, they did this and they was tried for this, and they was found guilty of this and this person and that person, right? So they being exposed, all right? Everything is being exposed, all right? And when you get the removing the you get the peeling the layers back, when you get the peeling the layers back from deception, the layers of deception, this guy is at the center of it. This person, the people who call themselves the children of the Lord and who in actuality are not, they're the exact opposite of the children of the Lord. All right. Let me see. Let me grab a scripture real quick. Let me see. This is 1 John 3:10. In this, the children of the Most High are manifest, and the children of the devil. So it's being manifested that we are the children of the Most High. All right. The hopeful elect of the children of Israel. The hopeful elect of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. Those of us that's trying our best to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in sincerity and in truth, we're the children of the Most High. Okay. In this, the children of the Most High manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High, neither he that loveth not his brother. Right. So this man ain't righteous at all. He don't have a righteous bone in his body. All right. He actually hates righteousness. He sneers at it. All right. He actually sneers at righteousness. Let me see. Is it put off? I think it's a psalm. Let me see. Or is it left off? Right. This is Psalm 36:3. It says, the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He have left off to be wise and to do good. He devised mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. All right, I'm reading NLT. Everything they say is crooked and deceitful. Everything that come out this man's mouth. All right. He a forked tongue. Fork means split. All right. A fork in the road, it goes both directions. That's how this guy is, man. What is it? So as above, so below. Hegelian dialectics, which is problem, action, solution. They create the problem and they create the solution and they have the sheep who just play into their hands. All right. Democrat, Republic, left wing, right wing. All right. They play both sides. They refuse to act wisely or do good. They lie awake at night hatching sinful plots. Their actions are never good. One more. What is that? Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be showed to the wicked. What's the highest favor you could give a people on this earth? Is control of the earth. They got control of the earth. And when you say that, they got buzzwords where you'll get canceled. All right. I believe in the Most High, right? And you got so-called atheists that don't. But if an atheist say the sun is yellow, that don't stop the sun from being yellow because an atheist said it. Right? But that's how they act. You can't speak against them. You can't say nothing against them, even if it's true. All right? Let me grab some real quick. Is it? Let me see. Isaiah 32:7. The instruments also of the trill are evil. See, they got all different type of instruments that work against you. Physical instruments, weaponry. Then they got laws and legislation. All right. Hell, they got poison in the air, poisonous radio waves, things disturbing your sleep, all type of stuff. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. Or you're an anti blah, blah, blah. How? And it's funny because when you watch the documentary, that's something that used to be used against them. They used to be called that. Interesting. But you watch the documentary, you'll see how it play out. And I implore you to watch it because it adds a little bit more color to the things that we say, okay, about these people, which is true. That the scripture says, you know, it's like reading a book about the characteristics of an animal. And then it's like watching the Animal Channel and see those characteristics play out in real time, just to give an example. It says, to destroy the poor with lying words. Yeah, they lie on us. Even when the needy speaketh right. Even when we saying what's true and what's right and what's just, we still esteemed as wrong. All right. But back into this, it says, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. So he got all the power in his hand to do right. He just don't, because this righteousness is disgusting to him. Okay? That's why the scripture says the righteous are an abomination to the just and vice versa. All right? I'm spelling stuff wrong. Hold on. Let me see. Proverbs 29:27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just. So abomination means disgusting. So when righteous people see wicked people, they get disgusted. Right? And it says, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. So it's vice versa. When you know that on lower levels. All right. Growing up in the hood, you got somebody who might not be street or thuggish, whatever you want to call it. And certain people sneer at him. You know, he a lame or he a Buford. You know, different little slang words they call people, which basically mean that they decent human beings. Decent human beings are, frowned upon, which that's part of Esau's doing. All right. It used to be in the so-called black neighborhood. Hell, they was getting picked on by the so-called white people to go to school and learn how to read and be smart and be educated. And then that got flipped upside down. Now, on the extreme form of that, you got people trying to follow the law, the Bible. People find out you don't eat pork. They look at you and who you think you is? All right. You don't want to do drugs. You don't want to commit adultery. You don't want to partake in the conversations that people have on the regular. There's a divide there. And you don't say nothing and they don't say nothing. But the whole time they discussed you and you discussed them. All right. So this devil, even though he got all the power and the control in the world to do right, he don't like it. It's not in him to be righteous. Right? What's that? Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, right? He's exalted. He, the king of the hill, is not upright in him. So his soul, that word for soul in this scripture is napash, which basically means your essence, your innermost being, everything that makes you, you. Is not upright in him, meaning is not righteous in him. But the just shall live by his faith. And it's by faith that we keep the laws and statutes and the commandments of the Most High, because we believe in him. All right. The scripture says what in 1 John? Is it 1 John 2 and 3? It says, and hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. All right. Because that's the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Most High is the keeping of his commandments. That's step one. And you progress from there. But he don't live by faith. His strength is the law of justice. Right. As Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter says. All right. Verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. So as long as they got the power, that's right in their eyes. So they can do whatever they want to do. They don't live by any code of ethics. It's who got the biggest weapon to enforce their will. All right. That's why the other nations are saying now, art thou become as weak as we? Because they don't got the biggest weapon no more. They share that. Other Edomite nations got it. Russia primarily, who they're at odds against. And Russia gives weapons to its other allies. Okay? The enemy of my enemy is my friend or whatever. And they have mutual interests. But in recent times past, that's how it was with America. All right. They ain't worried about honoring the Geneva Convention and honoring the code of war and the rules. They ain't kept. Look, they had the number one weapon. You gonna do what they say. You gonna what that state property movie. Get down or lay down. All right. That's the law that they follow. That's their code. So which ultimately makes them lawless. So lawless bunch right here. Prayer of Azariah. All right. 1 and 9. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies. Right. The Most High delivered into the hands of our enemies. Lawless ones. Most hateful forsakers of the Most High. That's the so-called white man. Give me 2 or 3 precepts. Esau is the white man. Well, nigga, that's one of them. The scripture says he would be far removed from righteousness. Psalms, the 10th chapter. Psalm, the 14th chapter. Genesis, the 4th chapter. When Cain said, my face shall be hidden from thy face. The face of the Most High is righteousness. Laws, his statutes, commandments, justice. Cain said his face would be hidden from that, separate from that. So he could never come into that. As the serpent, his curse was to eat dust all the days of his life. Dust is confusion. So he would never come into the proper knowledge, man. Most hateful forsakers of the Most High. And this was, if I'm not mistaken, this was talking about the king of Babylon at this particular time. All right. 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 Wait, is this the song of the three holy children? Right. This is the prayer of Azariah, also known as the song of the three holy children. Right, because they were thrown into the fiery furnace. And while they was in that fiery furnace, this was the prayer. Okay. And Babylon is what? Is likened unto America. All right. Hell, even Nebuchadnezzar acknowledged the Most High at different points. But Esau, Edom never do. Okay. It says, into an unjust king and the most wicked in all the world. Yeah, Esau, Edom, the devil, the most wicked in all the world. So let me get a little bit more and then, wait. I didn't finish the Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, which is the land of the Holy Land right now, where he doing all type of wickedness. All right, couple years ago, first alphabet leader in the government building, so-called the biggest gay parade, so-called kosher pig, all right, and et cetera, and et cetera, and et cetera, all right? All type of idolatry going on. What is it, the Wailing Wall? Where that's at in the scriptures? Where you go over there and hump the wall, because that's what they're doing, all right? They're, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? They're insinuating. It's supposed to represent them having sex, okay? And the wall was supposed to be. Look, when you get into their idol worship and all that stuff they do, it's something like that. All right, that's what they do. They're signifying they supposed to be having sex to get their prayers answered or something weird like that. See, it's weird. In the land of uprightness, will he deal unjustly? Yeah, will he be a demon and be wicked and will not behold the majesty of the Lord? All right. So how can he stay on that land? We always got kicked off the land for doing wrong. He ain't going to be able to stay. All right. First of all, he ain't the people. It's only a matter of time. And that time is coming soon. Like Isaiah the 13th chapter says. All right. I'll read that last verse. What is it? And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places. This talking about Babylon. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So the climate that America is in right now, that the world is in right now, look, that's just evidence that is almost over. Let me see. What is that? Job. I'm reading NLT just to see how it reads. Job 30:1. But now am I mocked by people younger than I. The NLT is on the right side. By young men whose fathers are not worthy to run with my sheepdogs. Yeah, these heathens. The worst of the heathen at that. All right. These bestial people who engage in sexual intercourse with animals is in their law, is in the Talmud. Right? A lot of good they are to me. Those worn out wretches. They are gaunt with hunger and flee to the deserts, to desolate and gloomy wastelands. Wait, this is talking about the history. See, I'll read the KJV. It says, for want, right, and famine, they were solitary. All right. They was in the caves. All right. They were solitary within the caves. All right. They were separate as the world was going on, still civilized, still cultured. They were not. And that's a blot on their legacy. And they run from that. They try to say, "Oh, that was tens of thousands of years ago," and that was everybody, Homo erectus, or whatever they call it. Nah, that was right in the Middle Ages. All right, that was right around then, and then the Lord slowly but surely raised you back up. All right. Fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, like Nebuchadnezzar. All right. That's another way how America is symbolic to Babylon, or Esau Edom's rulership is symbolic to Babylon's rulership. That's why they call you the daughter of Babylon. That's why it's figuratively Babylon. All right. That happened to Nebuchadnezzar. He went bestial, caveman-like. And then the Lord raised them up. That's what happened to you devils. You went caveman-like. Then the Lord raised you back up slowly but surely. And then around the Renaissance, that's when you start coming into prominence. That's why it's called the period of the rebirth. All right. Fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. Right, because that's when you were who you were. You wasn't lying about your identity. You were the criminal that you are. The word crimson is red, right? Alabama, crimson tide is red. And that's where the word criminal comes from, red. And Esau Edom is red. You're the first criminal. You're a criminal to humanity. All right. You like that, like New Jack City. You are a lot of people, Pookie. You just mess up everything. You indebted to the bumblebees, the butterflies, the air, the cloud. You indebted to life itself. You indebted to organic matter. I'll read in NLT verse 5. They are driven from human society and people shout at them as if they were thieves. Right. So when people see you, it's like seeing a roach. All right. Don't nobody want to hear nothing. You got to die or they're going to, it's like seeing a rat. Ain't nobody looking at you with pity. Well, not at this time. All right. And that's the time we coming back to. That's why they run from their identity. That's why they run from who they are. Because if you know and understand who these people are, you know that they can't be rehabilitated. It's in their spirit to just be the devil. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth and in the rocks, the caveman, Caucasian, mean cave dweller. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, children of base men. Okay, right. So let me see. Fools, senseless. They ain't had no sense. What they believe to be doctrine, what they believe to be right, is utter foolishness. All right, it's retarded. What is that? There's a letter of Jeremiah. There's something in here. Let me see. Jeremiah 1:44. Whatsoever is done among them is false. How may it then be thought or said that they are gods? Right? But that's the point. Whatsoever is done among them is false. Whatsoever mean anything. All right. They were children of fools. Yeah, children of base men. Base is low, the lowest of the low. All right. All right. And this is shum, mean name, reputation, fame, of glory. So they're infamous. When you're infamous, that means you're famous for something negative. All right. They were viler than the earth. Let's see what they got for viler. Scourge, smite. Let's look at the Hebrew. Okay. Worse than dirt, maybe. Let's look at the biblical comparison, CSB. Foolish men without even a name. And when you go into the history, a lot of them didn't even have names. That's why a lot of these names, they call it slave names, right? King, Brown, and Jones, and Johnson. A lot of them originated with Jake. And then they usurped, the authority and took on the names and took on the identities. These people don't have any identity. They don't have any ingenuity, any creativity. They just was thieves. They're just stealing. They were forced to leave the land. Yeah, because they thieves. Yeah, we've been kicked out. And they used that. Oh, yeah, we the worst treated. We the ill people. Look, this is rightfully so. When you watch that documentary, come on, man, that's some vile. That's vile. They were sons of fools. Yes, sons of vile men. They were scourged from the land. That's the NKJV. All right, so let me go back to that so you can see that. But, with that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the hopeful elect. All praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakodash, Shalom. Once again, this is the, documentary, I guess, a little video, whatever. Watch it. There's a lot of good information there. So, Shalom.